Cool, so big shout out to Kim and to Leah and to everybody for organising tonight. I think it's a pretty good event so far, so well done guys, and thank you for the invite. Am I good? Oh yeah, go, yeah.
Hold on, that wasn't supposed to happen here. There you go, you're good.
Okay, cool. So hello everyone, and thank you again for the invite. So my name is Brian. I'm going to talk about a little bit about my career path, and it's possibly a path less travelled, but I think it's something that we're seeing more and more of, kind of different career journeys out there. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that and how I got to where I am. So this could really go either way. Okay, whoa, that's a funny resolution. Let's see, here's a very quick intro, right? So I'm from here, I settled down with a beautiful girl from here. We have a beautiful one of these, we have none of these, and unfortunately we have one of these. Okay, so there's your 26, loads of time with this thing, look. So anyway, how is everybody? This is what I do right now. So a snapshot in time, I have a business, I have a community, and I have a social enterprise. So between them, I have a couple of events in between that kind of support what I do, so I'll get into a bit of that in the coming slides. So I didn't always do that, so they were mainly health promotion focused. So I actually started, I did an undergrad in computer science. I worked for IBM for a bit over 10 years. I was a management consultant there, so now I'm a recovering management consultant. It's going pretty well. But even with my time at IBM, it was great experience, really great people, but it wasn't what I was passionate about. So even then at night time, I was re-qualifying, re-educating myself, a personal trainer, gym instructor, sports nutrition. I did a brilliant postgrad in Trinity in innovation and entrepreneurship. That was excellent. And I'm a member of WellCoA, and I've done the Wellness Council of America, and that's real workplace wellness stuff. So I really got interested in that area, and I was already working in different office spaces. So this is the business. It was a blog long before it was a business while I was still with IBM. So I was, writing and researching and re-educating myself all the time. So I was lucky enough to be offered voluntary redundancy with IBM. I bit their hand off and I turned the blog into a business. So pretty much what the business is, the services, it's talks, it's workshops, it's a longer form kind of half-day events. It's 8-week programs, minimum 8-week commitments, physical activity classes, mindfulness sessions, yoga, nutrition, and there's a bit of consultation starting to come through as well. It's a really interesting space at the moment. Here's what I'm really interested in developing more, training for kind of HR professionals, senior leaders in this area. And this is something we ran in the beautiful KBC innovation space. I'm delighted one of our graduate students is here this evening as well. So we had a great session, a 2-day session of training, developing a workplace wellness program that lasts. So really taking it back and providing a bit of education for the HR professionals. So it's kind of a gap, there's nothing there for them at the moment. I was getting really frustrated with what I was doing though. There's a lot of companies out there box ticking. They celebrate well-being on one day of the year, an event here and there. It's not workplace wellness. So I decided to do something about it. I created a community to bring people together to promote the idea of long-term thinking and sustainable workplace wellness program development. Workplace Wellness Ireland, we host events. This is where the events come in. We have regular events. We bring HR leaders, senior professionals, senior leaders together with wellness service providers, and pretty much we just share and we learn from each other. So, and the very first event in Dublin, I introduced these values, and I kind of just did a little bit last minute, put a bit of thought into it, but a bit of last minute. But I'm delighted I did, because the community really does live and breathe these, sharing without expecting anything in return. A bit of respect for everybody and kind of making friends, not contact. So there's really lovely atmosphere at the events. Here's a couple of snapshots from some of the events. So sometimes you might have a speaker, an individual speaker, or more likely it's a panel, and some kind of really big hitters. So there's Fitbit, Spectrum Life, Vodafone, Irish Aviation Authority, HubSpot, ESB, lovely locations. That's the IAA. There's Jim Gavin, he's the director in the IAA. So, big hitters, people really interested in this, and it's free for the punter, and I want to try and keep it that way always for the people attending. But luckily enough, I managed to get sponsorship for the event series at the beginning of this year, and I should be able to sign off on a second partner in the coming weeks as well. So it's great. It's actually revenue generating now, so it's no longer just a free kind of events for me. Jim wanted a photo. I thought I'd put in that as a filler there. The events are going really well. Jim actually, funnily enough, was telling me that because he's a director, senior director in the IAA, family, obviously Dublin senior football manager. I asked him, how do you support your own well-being? He goes, my hobby. I goes, what's your hobby? He said, Dublin GAA. So that's what he does to wind down. It's a really interesting space at the moment. Just within the last 2 years, 2 healthy workplace accreditations have been launched, the Keep Well mark from IBEC and Healthy Place to Work. Healthy Ireland are doing a lot of research in this area. They will be launching their own accreditation soon, and potentially more. I think it'll eventually lead to legislation, and there's lots of jobs emerging in the market, which is really, really exciting. I wasn't nearly busy enough, like Kim, with the business and the community, so I decided to set up a social enterprise as well. We're not great for promoting exercise in Ireland, and when we do, it's quite often cardiovascular exercise that gets promoted, which is really, really important. But equally as important is resistance exercise. So that's what I promote. The BHAG, as I've heard it called, is pretty much this, to be the resistance training equivalent of park run. So I've removed the financial barriers. They're totally free to come along. And I've removed that barrier as well. A lot of people think resistance training is lifting heavy weights in a gym. It's all bodyweight stuff that we do. I started out just using these brilliant outdoor exercise stations in my local park. Our numbers are kind of too big for that now. We're in 5 different locations, but it's just all light bodyweight stuff. It's the squats, planks, burpees, all the fun stuff, all the stuff you love. But it's really light. You go at your own pace. So that's it. So that's keeping me pretty busy. It's the business, it's the community, it's a social enterprise. So it's a long way from the computer science. But funnily enough, I'm kind of almost gone full circle, and now I'm kind of servicing those big computer companies, those tech companies that are looking for these kind of services now, and the staff are looking for. And so yeah, that's me. If you're interested in the events, go here. This is where I'll update the details on the events, and drop me a line, give me a shout. And again, big shout out to Kim and the team for the events. I go to the other events regularly, and they're brilliant as well, so make sure you check them out. And thanks.